Hi, I am Debbie Gray, and I am the Activities Department Administrative Assistant. And I have worked at Gilbert here for I think this is my 25th year this year. I started off as a one-on-one associate and then gradually came here. I think this is my 6th year in the athletic department. And I also take pictures a lot of times during activities, concerts, musicals, sports. I love taking pictures during sports and of the kids. So.
Debbie is absolutely amazing. She's an all-star and I could not do it without her. She's the one who runs the activities department. And being new to Gilbert, I am so grateful and thankful for someone like Debbie who just has a smile on her face every day and wears so many different hats here, and she's so knowledgeable about everything. And like I said, she's the one running the show and she makes us look good, and she's always willing to do whatever it takes to help our school, whether it's help me out or help with lunch duty or help a kid with senior pictures. She's just an amazing person. And one thing I really appreciate about Debbie too is her positive attitude and how welcoming she is for all our students. And you wouldn't believe how many students she interacts with throughout the day with a smile on her face and maybe gives them a piece of candy and just asks them how they're doing. And I really appreciate that about Debbie, and Gilbert is certainly lucky to have her.
Okay, what I love about Gilbert is the community, the families, the support. I call everybody here my Gilbert family because everybody supports everybody here. I love how all the families they've been so supportive. They support their kids, but they also support us as a staff, as teachers, as support staff. They have just been very giving, very wonderful people that I love to get to know. And the kids themselves, I love getting to know the kids. I love interacting with them every day. It's a little bit harder being in my own little office down at the end, but I have ways of, talking with the kids as they're going by and just getting to know what is special to them and what they care and what they love to do. And I just love being part of this family.
Here's what I always appreciate about Debbie Gray and what she's done for us coaches. I'm going to take a different angle. She does a lot for our athletes behind the scene. But here's what Debbie means to me and to the coaches that I work with. It's perspective and balance. Debbie not only is first and foremost there for her family all the time and their needs, but she also shows up for us, and she shows up for the athletes and the student athletes. And every time I remember it, every time she takes a picture of a sunset or a sunrise, that's about perspective. And the more she can give us that as coaches and just remind us of what we're here for, and just to love those athletes and love our families and take care of them. That's something that I'll always take with me from Debbie, and that she reminds me of every single day, the importance of family and then extending that to the Gilbert family.
I appreciate all the things that Debbie does for our football program to take care of the day-to-day paperwork that allows us as a program and coaches to focus on what we enjoy the most, which is coaching. So her behind-the-scenes work is an invaluable time saver for all of us. And then on top of that, all the outstanding photos that she takes as well. All of the photos that we use within our social media comes from Mrs. Gray, or many do, and so we can't find a better person to represent our school district than Debbie Gray.
Okay, Debbie is one of the most amazing women behind the scenes. There's so much that she does for all the athletic programs, between attendance, getting programs ready, making sure all of our athletes are ready to go for practices at the beginning of the season, and throughout the season she does everything that we need to do with end of the year awards, and she just gets to know athletes personally on a level that is unreal and nothing like the rest. So we couldn't do it without her.
I first got into photography when I was really young. Why I became interested was I had a great uncle who traveled the world, and he would send me postcards from where he was at, but he was also a photographer, a hobby photographer. And he would send me these postcards of the pictures that he took. And he was the biggest encouragement to me for wanting to take pictures. And eventually he had an old black and white developer that he gave me. And growing up in high school, I put that at the end of my hallway on the old farmhouse and built my own little dark room and developed my own pictures and stuff like that. And it's just something I've always enjoyed doing. And he was the one who first really encouraged me in that. And then as I got older, had kids, kind of that went on a wayside a little bit. And then as they got older and into activities, and of course just taking my own kids' pictures, then I started to get back into photography again.
Okay, so everybody knows that at Gilbert High School, and really Gilbert community in general, there is no greater advocate for our athletes and our students than Debbie Gray. So she is behind the scenes making all events run smoothly. In addition to that, I am fairly certain that most parents would not have any pictures of their student athletes if it weren't for Debbie Gray. She's always there on the sidelines, cheering everybody on, as well as in the office and making sure that everything's running smoothly.
I just appreciate all that Debbie does for Gilbert and Gilbert Athletics. If there's ever a question, you go to Debbie and she's got the answer. And she's always so positive and so encouraging just of what we're doing from as coaches to the athletes, and just a great supporter of Gilbert and Gilbert Athletics.
The photography that I do here at Gilbert for the school, originally I started out when my youngest daughter was in sports in high school, and she did soccer, and it was a way for me to kind of keep myself busy and learn more about action photography. And so I would be on the sidelines, that way I could keep myself good, be a good parent and not yell and not any of that, but I enjoyed taking the pictures and seeing what I could do and what I could get. So that's when I kind of started back into the pictures here at the school. And it just kind of gradually would get more and more, and then I'd also do basketball. And then once my daughter and my kids graduated, I felt a little lost. That's kind of your identity when your kids are at home, and then they were all, graduated and becoming adults and doing their own thing. And so then that's when I really picked up just going to most of the games and most of the events here so I could take pictures. And it was kind of a twofold thing. I would take the pictures for me to learn more how to take pictures, how to do sports pictures, but also to get to know the kids better. I was eventually doing study halls, and I would get to know the names of the kids better, what they do, what they love. And that's one thing I really enjoy about doing the pictures, doing the events and stuff, is capturing these kids doing something they love to do. It doesn't matter what sport it is, what event, if it's a musical, I just love capturing them doing something that they love to do. And one of my favorite things was always after a game, especially like soccer games. Boys soccer's always been fun to watch them the next morning looking on my website to see what pictures I got of them and how they just loved it. And then I've also gotten many messages from grandparents who have not been able to go to the games and see their grandkids very much, or parents who appreciate my pictures because they can concentrate on watching their kids. And that has been a huge benefit, I think, that I enjoy doing that for them also, that all works together, doing things for the parents and the grandparents too. And it's just been, I really, really enjoy it and getting to know the kids better that way.
Hi Debbie, I just want to say thanks for everything you do for myself and all the other coaches in the building and the district. Everything from helping out with laundry carts and locker room to supplies and uniforms, and helping students and parents get registered, physicals, things like that. And just anything we basically need, we can come to you, and I know I can count on you to help out in any way. So just want to say a big thank you to that, and for all you do for all of us. So.
I appreciate everything Debbie does for our athletes, our sports. Whenever we need things, she's always there, ready to help out whatever we need. I can just easily email her, and I appreciate her quick responses, and she's just an advocate for every sport, every athlete, everything for our school.
My favorite events to cover or I should say favorite sport, is soccer. I just love soccer mostly because my daughter was a goalie in soccer. And so I know a little bit more about it, but I love the soccer and love getting the pictures of the boys and the girls. And I've learned a lot more how to anticipate their actions, especially the individual kids, on how they play. And I think that's one of my favorite sports. I love doing that mostly too because it's out in the spring and getting back outside after a long winter and stuff like that. However, my favorite picture that I have taken was a picture, I believe it was at Ballard. It was a football game and it was pouring rain. I mean, just downpour rain. And I got some of the coolest pictures of football players in the rain. And I absolutely love that. That was my favorite picture. And I even have a picture of it on my wall in my office because it was a warm rain. It was nice. I don't mind, being out in the elements. And it was just fun capturing that cool moment of the kids playing in the rain and on the football field.
I want to just say thank you to Debbie Gray because she does so much, not just for our team, but for all the students at Gilbert. And it doesn't really matter what you ask of her, she will do it. She's always going along with my crazy ideas for organization and wants to be a part of that to make it so it's easy for our teams to do what we do. So thank you, Debbie.
I would not be able to do my job as a cheer coach without Debbie. She manages a lot for our cheer squad. I think it's no secret that we have a lot of invoices that come through. She manages all of our crazy cheer items. She takes all of our pictures. She's done posters. She's just an amazing person who is so selfless. She loves our kids. She loves us as coaches. And I honestly can't imagine Gilbert without her.
I would just like to really thank the community, the parents, for being so giving to me and in my photography and something that I love. I really appreciate how you appreciate it, and I love hearing from you about it. But I've just really loved how you have supported me in doing these pictures for your kids, because it is something I still love to do, and I love getting to know the kids that way. So thank you for supporting me for that and just being there. I really do appreciate that.
Thank you, Debbie.
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 Thank you, Debbie.